What does it mean if you are being told that you are sacrificing character in the favor of plot? My name is Jean. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. Another way that this often gets said is that it sounds like you are doing things for the plot or things are happening because of plot. And this is bad, frankly. I'm sorry. Much as we may not want to admit it, we come to stories for character. Even if the plot is very twisty, turny, and complex, we are there because we want to see that character win the day or we want to see that character brought down low. We are here because of character. We follow characters through story, and if characters behave in a way that is inconsistent or does not make any sense to us, we stop believing in that story. People can forgive a lot of craziness in a plot if the characters are behaving in a way that makes sense to them or makes sense within the context of the story that is going on. What happens when we say that you have done something because plot or you have sacrificed character for plot? It is because you had an outline and you said that these things were going to happen and you're going to force your character to go through those things whether or not those decisions end up making sense by the time you get there. Usually what this means is by the time someone has identified this in your book and they say, nope, you have sacrificed character, we are doing plot stuff here, they have identified the problem, but it is way too late. You as the author need to back up several steps within that story and find the place in which a character made a decision that put them on the wrong path from what you envisioned them having. You think of like a door or a gate. So at the hinge point, the door doesn't actually move very much. It moves a very minuscule amount, but the outside part of the door actually swings kind of a lot. If your character makes a small decision that puts them on a slightly different path, that can end up radiating throughout the entire story and making that path look very different than it was going to be by the time we get to the end of the story. So if someone has identified this late in your story, your job is to go back to the beginning of the story and start paying very close attention to the things that your characters are saying and doing. And I have found that oftentimes readers are very attached to the way that characters behave at the beginning of the story, where authors are often attached to the way that the story is going to end. And so you made a joke early on that you think is just a throwaway line that doesn't have anything to do with this, but your reader latched onto it and says, aha, this is who this character is. This is how they behave. And so they expect everything to be in line with the stuff that is happening at the beginning of the story while you've always been writing with the end in mind. You need to make those two things line up.